Well, I figured I'd give you guys a story for today because I don't know. I enjoy telling stories more than I like doing anything else with this. Like, I haven't been able to come up with many ideas, and I have 1.5 million fucking stories. So I figured, you know, I could give you a good travel story. I can give you one of my better travel stories, actually. Now, first off, before I start this story, anybody who's ever been to Nashville, Tennessee knows, you know, it can fucking suck you in. Let me tell you, I probably had the greatest week of my entire life the first time I went to Nashville. And if you have never been, if it's somewhere you have never gone to, I highly suggest it. I'm not one of those like crazy Nashville freaks. Like, it's not like I'm a fucking Disney adult where I got to go to like Nashville every year or anything. I've only been twice. I do plan on going again at some point, but the first time I went, man, you hear about it. You hear all over the place. You hear people say like, oh, you got to go experience Nashville. You got to go like check that place out. And it's like, all right, whatever, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, you hear Nashville, Tennessee. Like, what? Why would I really enjoy going there? Until you go and like, the first thing you realize it is immediately the most magical place on earth. Immediately. When I tell you, I got to Nashville, so I had the ability for 1 week straight because it was right after COVID when I went, and I had been working pretty much through COVID and, didn't take any time off, didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything during COVID. So the second, like, things started dying down, I said, fuck it, I'm out. I'm taking a fucking week off. I'm just going, and I'm going wherever the fuck I want to go. If anybody wants to come, they can come. And I chose Nashville because I'm like, people talk a big game about this. Like, I've never gotten the opportunity to go. So I had the lucky experience on this first time to, experience it in two pieces. Where the first couple days from Saturday to, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, Saturday to Wednesday, my mom and her late husband came and joined me. So the first couple days I got to experience it with my mom and her husband at the time, who has now passed away, which, nice guy, great guy, rest in peace. And it's I'm glad because he meant like so much to her, and I'm glad we got to experience something like that before he passed. So we go, and let me tell you, it's the first time I ever went out with my mom, like really, really went out with her. I have never gotten the opportunity to, really go out, let loose, like, have a couple drinks, enjoy ourselves. And holy shit, my mom's an electric factory. Like, it was such a good time. So we started Saturday. Like I said, I'll start from the beginning. I get there Saturday morning. They're getting there around like Saturday afternoon. So Saturday morning, I get there, check into the hotel. I go work out because, I'm a crazy person when it comes to vacations. Like, I'm somebody you don't ever want to go on vacation with because I have to find a gym and I have to work out. I know you can't tell right now because, again, I just recovered from a torn rotator cuff, so I haven't been able to really work out. These last 2 days, I've been fucking going all out in the gym. I will be back into shape soon. Don't you guys worry. I'm not going to be fat flay forever. Now, back to the story. So, whatever. I have to go to the gym even when I'm on vacation. Now, I get back from the gym and I was going to go back to the room and kind of like, just settle in and wait for them. Till I like, I'm walking back and I see the downtown area and I'm like, there's no way I'm going back right now. This is like, I'm telling you, the second you see like Broadway, Nashville, it literally like takes you in and you cannot walk away from it. It is that good. It was that awesome. So I just went, I walked in and I walked into the spot that ended up being my favorite spot in the entire Nashville area, which is Honky Tonk Central. Now, we can argue with that all day. You can tell me down in the comments if I'm wrong, but to me, Honky Tonk Central is the best place in Nashville. Not only that, it has the best nachos I've ever had in my entire life. If you go to Honky Tonk Central, you go to Nashville, order the nachos with, I think it's the ground beef. I don't remember what it is, but it's so fucking good. Like 10 out of 10. Unbelievable. Best nachos I've ever had in my life. Went there, had a couple more drinks than I really would have wanted to. And, I got my mom calling me. She just landed. And I'm like, oh, shit. Well, now I got to go meet her at the hotel, and like, I'm already a little bit deep. So luckily, I get there. We get to the hotel. I get there. I meet her there. Get her upstairs. I go, let's go. We're going right now. Come on. We're in. Let's go. So we head down. And Saturday was just like all out mayhem, right? So I'm wearing this Islander hat for a reason. I'm gonna go to that in a second. So for one, the Islanders were playing that week in the playoffs. It was the 2021 playoffs, and not only were the Islanders playing, so were the Predators. So the Saturday we watched the Islanders and Penguins. The Islanders won. We had a great time. We fucking celebrated like crazy, obviously. The usual. Went nuts. And, I got to see a side of, like, my mom and her husband that I never got to see. We went to karaoke. We did karaoke. We did all this shit. And, we were, like, dancing around. And, like, dude, when I tell you, like, it's, like, the most heartwarming thing ever. When, like my mom, she's somebody who went through a lot in her life. She really worked her ass off her entire life to keep me and my sister, happy and do everything for us, and like really struggle. Like she had her she never really had it easy when it came to like working and jobs and stuff, and like a lot of things went wrong, but she worked her ass off and always made sure that me and my sister had anything we needed. So to be able to like take her there and really give her like the whole experience was awesome. But so I'll tell you, so the first night, I honestly don't even remember what the fuck we did. We watched the Islander game. I'm pretty sure we went to karaoke, and there's a video of me singing "Bye Bye Bye" by NSYNC somewhere. If I find it, it will absolutely be assured, and I'll absolutely let you see that. And like, again, my mom goes up there, and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. And I forget what song my mom sang, but she fucking brought the house down. And like, I had that moment. I was like, holy hell, my mom is the coolest fucking lady on the planet. So whatever. Fast forward, the second night, we end up going to the Predators game. The Predators are playing in the postseason right down the road. And if you've ever been to Nashville, you ever go to like the Bridgestone Arena, the best thing about it is you can go to any bar in the area. You leave the bar, you pay your tab, you walk out of the bar, you can be in the fucking stadium inside the arena in 3 minutes. It is the best thing ever. Like, it's literally one of the best setups. I think in terms of hockey, I haven't been to that many yet, and I will be in Vegas for the Islanders this year. If anybody's going to be there, please let me know. It's one of the best setups I've ever seen. You're literally in downtown, you go outside, you walk right in the building, you're in. That's it. Done. So we go to the game, and, I took my mom, her husband. It was such a cool experience. Like, I'm a big hockey fan, and, we got to see a really good game. We got to see an awesome fucking hockey game. It went to 2 overtimes. The Predators end up winning. We went to Broadway after, of course, and we were going to celebrate, right? Wrong. We ended up going to watch, the Knicks were down there. So we're celebrating with everybody with the Predators game. We got our Predators t-shirt on. We're fucking having a blast. But at the same time, it was the year Trae Young fucking decimated the Knicks. So I'm half happy that, like, hey, we're enjoying it with all these people. And also devastated that I'm watching the Knicks get fucking creamed by the Hawks. And it was just a brutal, that was like a catch-22 there. So, but it ended up fun. Like, we stayed out, like, really fucking late that night. And we ended up hanging out with, like, these other people that were from New York, like from Long Island. I forget, it was somewhere on Long Island. And, like, we ended up hanging out with them all night. It was a great time. Again, it's one of those things I found out my mom could hang. It was awesome. Now, for the high drinks to start, because like I tried to keep it together with my mom. So the night before my mom was leaving, it was Tuesday night. They were leaving Wednesday morning. Monday, I genuinely, the Monday I don't remember what we fucking did, so I'm not even gonna try to bullshit you on a story. So the Islanders are playing the postseason again, right? It's playoff hockey. Islanders Penguins game 5. My mom is shot. Her husband is shot. It has been a brutal week. A lot of drinking, a lot of, fucking around. They are shot. They just want to get a good night's sleep so they can go catch their flight in the morning. They were going to watch The Voice. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go out by myself. I do not care. I went out to watch the Islanders alone. Just me. And let me tell you, when you're a guy sitting alone at a bar in Nashville, you get a lot of fucking attention. You wouldn't believe it. So I'm sitting there watching the game at the best bar in the world, Hockey Tonk Central. sitting there watching the Islander game, and when you know it, this fucking bachelorette party walks in, and you know, bachelorette parties are always full of hijinks. They come right up to me, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here by yourself?" I go, "Lady, I couldn't be fucking happier right now. I'm watching my Islanders. I'm just chilling, watching the Islanders. No big deal." And, you know, of course, they're dragging me on. They're like, "Oh, no, come hang out with us. Like, come down." And I'm like, not that I'm like some fucking good-looking dude or whatever, but obviously, it's a bachelorette party. They're going to try to get me to do something, like, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm watching the Islanders. It's not happening. So, whatever, I'm fucking fending them off. Whole night, like, in between periods, they're trying to get me, like, "Hey, come," like, no, not happening. Watching the game, laser focused, love my Islanders, always love the Islanders. The Islanders will always come before women. Now, it gets like, so the game goes into an overtime. It's a single overtime game. And I'm sitting there, and again, I'm sitting there by myself, and now there's a full fucking concert going on behind me. Full blown, they are doing a full concert. It's like live music all the time in Nashville. That's one of the best things about it. And I'm sitting there, and I go, whatever. The Islanders end up scoring to win in overtime. Josh Bailey, it was like Tristan Jarry threw a pass out and threw it right to Josh Bailey, scored an easy goal, right? I jump up, yes, like screaming, yes. Now, what I didn't realize was while I'm fucking getting up and screaming, yes, the band behind me is in the middle of like doing a little speech about whatever, like, you know how bands talk about in between songs. So immediately I've just gotten all the attention in the bar on me. And the band goes, "Hey, what's going on over there?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, here we go." I'm like, "Oh, nothing, like, sorry." So the guy who's the lead singer is like, no, what's up, man? Like, you seem like you were just, and he wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. So I'm like, "Oh, like, I was watching the game." And the guy couldn't hear me, so he goes, "Come on up here." I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." So now I'm on stage. I'm by myself in Nashville, Tennessee, on stage at fucking Honky Tonk Central because they want to hear why I'm celebrating. And I go up there and I'm like, the lamest thing ever. I should have fucking made something up. I'm such a loser for this. I go, "I just love the Islanders." All right, you fucking stick in the mud. That's what you're freaking out about? That's what you're celebrating? I'm in a room full of fucking bachelorette parties and all this shit. I could have came up with anything. I could have said anything better than that. Now I sound like a fucking loser nerd who only cares about his hockey team. So I did that. And of course I'm coming down and like, at that point I'm like, let me just close my tab and go home. I'm done. Like, I can't be here anymore. I was also hammered, by the way. Absolutely fucking distraught. Like, when I tell you I was like a complete puddle, I was scared of every fucking person in there because they were mostly women. So that was that. So then I had a day to myself Wednesday before my friends came. And really my friends came and it was all the same hijinks. We ended up going to another Predators game, which was awesome. You know, we did the bike tour. If you go to Nashville, do the fucking bike tour where you drink around like Nashville. That's the fucking sickest time. And that was it. That's what it came down to, you know. It was just like an enjoyable experience. I'm trying to think if anything else crazy happened. I don't remember. Oh, I forgot the worst part. So me, my mom, and her husband stayed in a hotel, right? Like, we stayed in a hotel the first 3 nights. With my buddies coming, I was like, why don't we just get an Airbnb? It'd be a lot easier. So I booked the Airbnb. I was like, oh, wow, I got a great deal. Yeah, make sure whenever you book an Airbnb, you make sure where you're booking it. Like, you make sure you don't book it in, like, the hood. Because I booked my Airbnb literally straight in the fucking, as hood as it gets, Nashville. Like, the Uber driver that picked me up from the hotel to bring me to the Airbnb goes, "Oh, where you headed?" I'm like, "Oh, I got an Airbnb with my friends." He goes, "Yeah, do you know where it is?" I'm like, "No, honestly, I don't." He goes, "Listen, as long as you don't go anywhere that's, like, past the bridge, like," he goes, you should be good." He starts driving, and don't we fucking pass the bridge. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And, dude, it was such a strange, sketchy neighborhood that we stayed in. Like, when I tell you, nothing about it was fun. Nothing about it was cool. There was all sorts of shenanigans going on at night. Do yourself a favor. Biggest fucking rule when you're booking an Airbnb, check the neighborhood that you're booking. We literally were like in as hood as it gets. I'm pretty sure it's like East Nashville. I think that was the neighborhood. It was so bad. My friends absolutely gave it to me for that. We're coming home at night. We got to make sure we fucking hurry up and get in the door so nobody like, follows us in. It was a just miserable experience. But we had a great time in Nashville. We spent most of our time in the downtown area, so it wasn't that bad. It was a great week. I highly suggest if you've never done it, go to Nashville, do yourself a favor, stop what you're doing right now, book your fucking trip and go to Nashville. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.